Hello. Um, this isn't exactly an easy video for me to make, but it's come to my attention that, it might be necessary. I've currently been doing a lot of research on this thing called sleep paralysis. And, well, I have it. I didn't realize I had it. I knew I was having issues with, waking up, not being able to move, seeing things that probably weren't there. Just all kinds of weird experiences. But I thought that was just me. I didn't realize that it was a common thing. So I'm going to talk about my personal experience with sleep paralysis. Upon finding out that sleep paralysis is a common thing and that a lot of people have it, it actually made me feel a lot better because I realized I wasn't alone. Because I thought, I can't tell anybody about this because they'll think I'm crazy. They'll think I'm possessed. I need to call an exorcist or something. But realizing that it's an actual issue is kind of like, okay, well, maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe I'm just one of the millions of people out there that experience this horrific and yet mind-boggling phenomenon, if you will. I've been watching the documentary The Nightmare about it, and it's brought some things to my attention. By the way, I want to apologize for my appearance. I've got bags under my eyes. Obviously I haven't been sleeping well. So, but yeah, anyway, it brought to my experience, it brought to my memory some experiences I had as a kid that were actually unexplainable, if you will. I remember from the time I was 4 having night terrors of something was in my bedroom. There was always this big window in my corner. Not even a corner, but it's on the other wall, on the opposite side from where my bed was. It was this big window, and I was terrified of it. Because I remember seeing things over there, and my mom was always like, oh, it's just your curtain, or oh, it's just a nightmare, it's not real, it'll pass. And I always remember being terrified to go to sleep, terrified to sleep alone, terrified of the dark. And now I'm thinking it might have had something to do with the sleep paralysis. But at the time, I was 4. I don't know. I wouldn't have known what it was. I thought it was just a regular nightmare, and it would happen often. So yeah, it became noticeable to me, really, when I was in my early 20s. I started having them regularly, like every night. Is the feeling of being awake, but yet, I mean, you think you're awake, like you can see the room, you can see everything around you, but then there's extra things there. There's voices or shadows or something there, like extra that's not normally there, and then you wake up, and then you realize you've been asleep. I recently started having them again. It happens a lot when I'm like really stressed out or depressed about some things. Like, it happens when I sleep alone a lot for some reason. I don't know why. My most recent episode left me kind of... It didn't leave me concerned. It just... excuse me. It just, left me feeling like, okay, you know, I want to talk about this. I want to find out, you know, I want to hear other people's stories. I want to know what's going on. I had one about 2 nights ago, and I was alone in my bed. My husband had to leave early for work, and I didn't get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning when he did. So I rolled over and back to sleep, and then I always sleep like curled up, cover over my head, probably from having sleep paralysis episodes, so I don't feel comfortable sleeping out from under the cover, if that makes sense. So I had the cover up over my head, and I was like all cuddled up on my covers and comfortable. I heard the door open to my bedroom and a voice, and it was like, I thought it was my husband, basically saying he had come home, he had forgot something, he needed to get something. But then in my mind I'm thinking that's not right. I could see the room through my covers, kind of, as much as you can through the covers, and I saw a shadow, and you know, it just instantly clicks in my head, okay, something's weird about this. Like, there's no reason he would be coming home. Like, he just left for work. And then it's like, it's when it hit me, that was not my husband. That was something totally different, something totally otherworldly. And at that point, it started trying to taunt me. I can't remember what it was saying. I don't really think I listened at that point. I started praying, and for once, usually when these episodes happen, I'm terrified of the figures I see. I wasn't terrified of this one for whatever reason. And I was praying, and I can't remember what the thing was saying to me, but I remember praying and talking to God and feeling like, okay, this is going to be okay, because I wasn't alone. And I said, okay. I remember praying, saying, okay, God, I need to wake up. And then it was like he said, move, try to move. So I remember at that point, because whenever these episodes happen, I can't move. Like, I can't open my eyes, I can't move my body. At that point, when I heard move your head, that's what it was, specifically move your head, I did. I jerked my head like this, and I woke up. And at that point, I was like, okay. So, I guess the purpose of me making this video is, I want to know more about sleep paralysis. I want to know more about, because I've read the scientific theories and everything, that your brain wakes up before your body, which, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But, I mean, it doesn't explain one theory is that the shadow people are your brain seeing your own body's shadow, and because you're in such a terrified state, it's making you see things like your shadow and mistaking your shadow as something else. I don't believe that, because how can I look at my own shadow when I'm laying down? I just want to know other thoughts, theories. What did you do to stop having sleep paralysis episodes? Did you ever stop? Were you ever able to beat it? Just things like that. So yeah. If you've got any stories, suggestions, helpful advice, whatever, just leave them in the comment section. I definitely feel like there's way more to this than science knows, or than modern medicine knows, because it predates, like, there's stories way back when of talking about, like, sleep paralysis and, like, demons that sit on your chest, demons that kill you in your sleep. So yeah, I definitely want to learn more about this, and especially since I've been having it for years, probably my whole life, off and on. Sorry, that's my cat. So yeah, let's tell me what you think. I'm more than open to hearing your story, your suggestions. Alright, thanks for watching this video, and here's hoping we all get some sleep at some point tonight. Alright, good night.